When the city of St. Louis made the decision to close down the shelter, all among us had been volunteering at that shelter for about 6 weeks. And I kept looking around just thinking we can do better than this. We can offer women more dignity, more respect, healthy food, medical services. We can provide them a safe place to live, but didn't really know what my part was going to be in that. And we were contacted by Zion Lutheran Church, and they offered us their historical church building rent-free for 10 years, where we could come in and open a women's care center. And so this is another trusting your gut and taking a huge, leap off a cliff and hoping there's something to catch you at the bottom. And when I walked in to see this building, my heart just melted. And since we could only house about 16 or 20 women, instead of becoming a shelter, we decided to become a women's care center for women at risk. And this might be young girls who are aging out of the foster care system. It might be women my age who've had 3 or 4 things happen in a row and they find themselves without housing. It might be somebody who maybe lost their husband and now can't afford the house, that it will give them a place to come and be for up to 6 months. They'll be offered programs here, 12-step programs, life skills, healthy eating, finances, relationships, to where they can then maybe get education if they want to go back for their GED. If they want to be trained on a job, we can find different organizations that would be willing to train them for different positions. We can then help them find affordable housing, that they can stay in an apartment that they can afford with the money they're making. And then to stay in relationship with them for about 3 years out until we just know they have a firm foundation. But we want the Women's Care Center to be a community for these women for years to come. That's their place to come back to and watch movies for us. It's a place to give back to women who are now going through what they had gone through. The 12-step programs always talk about offering that experience, strength, and hope. And so we're hoping that the alumni of the center will be able to then come back and offer that. We think the women who are going to be coming through our doors will come to us through churches, through a hospital calling us, through maybe a police officer giving us a call and saying there's a woman who needs some help. It might be you calling and saying I have a friend who could really use some help right now. And that we can walk with them on that journey and they're not walking it alone. We can bring volunteers in that will just gather around them. They'll have their own advocate that will work alongside them and be committed to them. And then what does it look like for all of us to be living together as family and to be encouraging each other? What good is going to come out of that, I think is going to be really fun to watch.